swimmer I had, because we used to have this trouble all the time, because he'd go to America, do 2 good races, and then go off. And he'd train with me like 4 times on a night. And his name was Craig Walton, and I knew him since he was 10, because his dad was a swim coach, that I used to coach his dad. So when I swam him, he'd keep going to America, and he'd link up with Mark Allen and Dave Scott and all those guys. I'd train him in Australia, he'd train over there. He'd do 2 good races, and he'd go awful. He couldn't work away, he'd come home. And I kept saying, "You're not swimming enough." He said, "I don't need to swim. This is what the guys tell me. You don't get it." I said, "I don't get it? Hang on, Craig. What do you mean I don't get it?" He said, "Well, the guys like Mark, they say I only need to swim 3 times a week because I'm such a good swimmer." I said, "Really?" I said, "Let's do a little test. We're going to give you 1,500. So he come home from America. We made a whole thing. I said, "You just train. Come home." He did 1,500 metres, right? And we timed it. But I actually took a little guy with a cape this time, and I took his lactate. So he swam 16:30. I'll have to ring him up, find out the bloody time. So he swam something like, 16 something. So it was good, right? 16:35 water. 16:25, I don't know, but you get the picture. So then we took his lactates. Okay, and he said, "See, look, I'm on fire." I said, "Great. You're going to train, you're going to do 4 sessions a week of 6K minimum, and you're going to do 2 sessions of 4K whether you like it or not. All winter in our case, right?" So you go back to this. So I made him swim 6 days a week whether he liked it or not. At the end of the season, I said, "Okay, now we're going to do a time trial." So he did the time trial, and he was 5 seconds slower in the 1,500. Yet he was swimming at least 30K a week. At least. Whereas when he's in America, he's swimming 12. So he jumps out of the water and says, "See, I told you, I'm slower now for all the swim training." Now here's the kicker. I said, "There's your lactate level when you come up, 8.9 millimole. Here's your lactate level from today, 2.4. Now I want to make that point to you, because see, he's swimming 5 seconds slower. But do you know the difference between 2.4 millimole and 8.9? That means he was getting out of the water completely aerobic, ready to jump on that bike and tear everybody's legs off that wasn't fit in the water. And that's what he used to do. Every time he trained with me, and he'll be the first to tell you if I brought him over here, he was a monster the first 20K. For 2 reasons. Because the other guys were tired and he was fresh. Whereas when he got out with 8 millimole, he was like everybody else. As soon as I got that into his head, and he went back to America and trained properly, he smashed everybody at everything. But the point I'm making to you people is, that training makes so much difference for your bike and your run. And that's what happens to everybody here. There's nobody here doing enough swimming that you don't get out of the water with a huge millimole, or you get none because you're already dead, you blew up halfway through the swim, and now it's all on, it's all gone. So I get out of the water and I can't ride, I can't run. And you'll find out when we talk about the bike. Half of you people get on the bike and go, "Oh my God, my bike is crap, I don't know what's wrong with it." And then you turn around the halfway mark, next thing you start flying. You know, what's gone wrong? My legs come back. I've got to sack the coach. Because he doesn't get it. Now, you're dead because that bike, you don't get on the bike for the first 10K. What do you get on? You get on a lactate disbursement machine or a recovery bike. You don't ride the first 10K, you're recovering. The bike is recovering you.